Research Associate Dr. Tilak Bahadur Shrestha sir. Welcome to the Gorkha Spirit.
Namaskar, Sabalai, Namaste, Jodlapat, Tasi Delik, Sevaru, and all that.
So, what do you think about federalism or Hindu state about our nation?
There are two separate issues, but let me pick on the so-called Sangheta or federalism. We had before 14 zones, 5 economic development zones, all that, right? And it was created by Dr. Gorkha Bahadur Guru. And they are designed so that the Himal, Pahar and the Tarai is connected, and also it depends on the river basin, right? And also because the river basin also comes the cultural part of it, like say Karnali, the civilization, and then you have like a Kosi, like a Kirati civilization, all that. So they are good. We should stick to that. Now what's happening is others, especially India, is trying to impose how to divide Nepalese into Jatiya problem, which we never had before. So they are talking about, say, Tamasaling for Tamangs, Nepal Mandal for Newars, and what's the other part? Gurung, what's called that? Limbuan for Limbus, Kambuan, and Mades for Madesis, Tharwat, and all that. They are all designed to create friction between different jatis of Nepal. We never had one. Now, so let me ask you a question. If the Newars can have, Nepal Mandal, what about Rautis? Can Rautis have routed land or not, right? So how do you exclude? So in Nepal, we have like how many? 125, 30 different ethnic groups all over Nepal. We have like 12, 15 different languages all over Nepal. Now, if you want to say Tamasan with Tamangs, and the Limbuan for the Limbus, what about the Rautis and this or that, right? And so, the very idea that Nepal should be broken down into Jati is real treason. And whoever advocates, they are not the national Nepalese, they are the traitors for the nation, right? And so we had lots of time argument with this. In the time of Prithvi Narayan Shah, in the West, we have 22 and 24, like 22 groups and there are 24 groups. In the right, we have Chaudandi and all that kind of stuff, right? And none of them are Jati based, right? So what about the Maraths? Do they have like a country called Maraths? No. Who is the king of the Maraths? None. They're all by Palpa or they are by broken one. So the very concept that there was a Jatis, nations and groups, and by force now, that is real, the lies, and it is designed to break our nation, disunite and break down into the one. So we are very careful, and we should really throw this one out. Also,
so you are against the federalism, it means, yes?
What's that?
You are against the federalism?
Absolutely against. All the thinking Nepalese should be against the federalism, For example, let me also put one more point on this. If you want to have a Sangheta or one, there should be public and the parliamentary debates, parties of pros and cons. It never was done. It was imposed by two persons, when there was a printed constitution, and on that by hand, what was that? Krishna Shitaula and Subhas Nemuang. The two people stick with the hand, right? How is that so? Why there was no debate? Why there was no debate in the pros and cons? Why it was not asked from the people, what's the public opinion, right? Nothing was done. So it is being enforced on from outside interest using corrupt Nepalese leaders. So let's be very clear on this.
So you are against the secularism as well?
Yes, it is. First, people don't understand what secularism is and what the Dharma Nirapekshita is. Let me correct myself. I am for secularism. I am not against secularism. But I am saying that to say Dharma Nirapekshita is idiocy. It is murkhata, right? For example, what do you mean by secularism? It means that scriptures like the Quran or the Bible cannot have laws to run the state. And so that's called theocracy. So if you run the nation, the country, according to the Bible, that's called theocracy. Secularism, you cannot do that. If you run a nation as per Quran, that's called a theocracy, and the secularism says you cannot do that. But that's not the case with us. Dharma is not religion. Dharma nirapekshata is not secularism.
It means
Well,
our dharma is not the religion.
no, well, that's what I said
So
before.
what is our dharma actually?
The dharma is basically, bottom line is seeking truth. So what's the truth? And the second one is the discipline of inner growth called yogas. So by thinking, it is jnana yoga, by heart, by love, bhakti yoga. And what am I? Am I just a robot, a machine, or what's my chetana or consciousness? To study that is raja or dhyana yoga. And if you do three and then do work, that's karma yoga. So that's how. And so different dharmas, Baud, Sai, Vaishnava, Tantra, these are different, the subgroupings of all the different techniques, right? So they don't fight. Each of them are for inner peace and outer peace, and they help each other and they grow together, right? So, and all of them together is called Hindu dharma. The Hindu dharma is not one dharma, but a collection of all these dharmas, Baud, Sai, Vaishnava, Tantra, all that. So one more thing, let me emphasize that they say that Hindus and Bauds are separate. No, Buddha dharma is part of Hinduism. So what is the definition of the Hindu dharma? It's simple, there are two definitions. One is geographical, one is spiritual. In geography means from Himalaya to Hindu Ocean, all the people are Hindus, and all the dharmas evolved in this land is called the Hindu dharma, part of that. So this is the geographical, the definition. Say, for example, if you say I'm a Buddhist or a Buddhist, then you need to know at least what Buddhist said so, right? Otherwise, how can you be Buddhist? For Hindu to know you are, as soon as you're born here, you are a Hindu, simple as that. And within Hinduism, Buddha dharma also comes in. And the second one is, definition is from the different Vedic Purans, that who is striving to go above is a hina, means from inferiority complex, but negative thoughts, that's called Hindus, right? So that's the definition of the Hindu dharma.
So one of my
Now let
question.
me quickly put this one.
Sure.
Now, ago ko dharma polne, the dharma of fire is to burn. Now, can you call that the fire? Hey, fire, now you cannot do that. Now we are secular. We are now, nirapeksha, right? So now you know more fire. Can you say that? No, right? Can you say, Guru ko dharma ramra paravne? The dharma of a teacher is to teach well, right? So do you want a teacher with dharma or without dharma, right? So to say that dharma nirapekshata is stupidity, is idiocy, only the idiots talk about dharma nirapekshata because he has no idea what he's talking about, right? And so somebody else comes, you say dharma, yes, sir, and they so that. This is all outsiders making fool of us, and we need to understand what is dharma, which is idiocy.
So after throwing the monarchy, we are hearing the news about clashes between the religious groups, Muslim, Hindu, Christian. So do you also feel like that?
No, your question is slightly misleading, because when you say the Hindus and Muslims are fighting, it means both of them are same category. Suppose I say, the police and thief always fight. Am I doing justice? No, because if the police don't go and get the thief, right? So you cannot put police and thief in the same ranking, right? Police are good, thieves are bad. So let me put like this.
Police are doing their dharma.
Their dharma, that's their job, right? And if not thieves, there will not be police, right? And because of thieves, there's a police. And if they fight, you cannot say both are, they always fight, they are bad people. No. That's a very misleading part of it. In the Hindu dharma, what do we say? Sarva dharma, samabhava, rest for all the dharmas. Vasundhaiva kutumbakam, right? The whole world is one family. That's what we said, right? So where's the attack? When did exactly Hindus attack the Christians or the Muslims? We never have attacked. We never had that culture. Are you ever taught to attack Muslims or Christians? We never have. That's not the case with Christians and Muslims or communists. Same thing. All the three attacks For the Muslims, it is we Muslims, good people, also kafir, infidels. Bad people, we have to attack them. We are Christians, also heathen. Bad people, we have to attack them. We are comrades, also are what's called class enemies, we have to attack them. That's the problem. So you should put where the real problem is. So that's the problem. That's your doctrine. That others are bad and it is our duty to attack. Like for example, if the Muslims attack Hindus or the Christians attack the non-Christians or the communists attack the non-communists, they are not saying that I'm doing bad thing. No, they are saying I'm doing good thing. That's the real problem. Say for example, pick up a guy from one, they rob the bank and say I'm doing kranti, right? And the Christians go to house and say, only my God is true, your God is a devil. Be Christian or else you go to hell. And they are saying that's a good thing to do, right? And they will give money, this or that, to convert people. Say the Muslims, they destroy temples. In India, 15 to 20,000 temples have been destroyed, and then on top of that, they build a mosque to state that you are nothing, we are the only ones, right?
So
that must be understood.
We are at the end. So what's your suggestions how we should cope with these two problems, federalism and secularism?
Very simple. For the federalism, we have to explain to our people that this is designed by outsiders to divide us by jati, which is not part of our history. We never had jati problem. And so we have to explain, and this should be first, get rid of it by force if necessary. And then if necessary, then there should be debate and referendum later, not before that, right? And as far as religion is concerned, we have to teach our children what they actually are. And the same, so you have to say, this is exactly what the Christians, the doctrines and history. This is what Islam teaches and their history. What the Marxism teaches and the history. That's what we have to explain.
Thank you. Thank you, sir, for joining with us.
Namaskar. Thank you very much.